Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news to report. I can't believe this. This is utterly ridiculous. Man, this dude Kai Jones has been released. I am ecstatic. I'm happy. I'm almost lost for words. The Charlotte Hornets are trying to move in the right direction and cutting off baggage like this. This is what it's all about. I told the people before all of this happened, we got to pay homage. I had Bartrand on the channel. We discussed Kai Jones. I said Kai Jones needs to be traded. You understand? Those were my words, loud and clear. That the Hornets need to trade Kai Jones. It's something about the whole fiasco, mind you. All of the stuff that went on recently wasn't even to the level that it was at yet. But I seen this stuff coming. I said, listen, we got to get this guy up out of here, because he is just going to ruin everything. You got to get negative apples out, and there's a couple more that you may have to leave outside of the Charlotte Hornets roster because, listen, they are on the up and ups. We got to break this news to you. The Charlotte Hornets, we all know, under new ownership, Mitch Kupchak and company, they have cut ties. He played in 46 regular season games for the Charlotte Hornets. Kai Jones, he only averaged a measly 3.4 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, shooting 55.8 from the field. All of this was announced today. Like I said, we are a few minutes out from this coming out. And this is being reported by the president of basketball operations. We all know president of basketball operations and general manager Mitch Kupchak. We all know who's running the show supposedly right now for Charlotte. And Mitch Kupchak, man, they got a lot of things they need to talk about and discuss. But the release is definitely out. For anybody that want more and more insight on this situation, I'm really not surprised or shocked that this happened. Kai Jones seemed like he wanted it to happen. He was trying to get up out of Charlotte. And the sad part is they don't even trade him. They just mess around. They literally just they release him. They're not even looking for assets. Then what assets were you gonna get? And this is what I'm trying to explain to the people about some of the Charlotte Hornets young players. You see, this is a goddamn draft pick. You understand? This man, they acquired Jones. He was the 19th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. This was involving a trade. You know how they got him. So I mean, this is crazy. And they traded him with the New York Knicks. So y'all do remember this move. The Knicks, I think, gave him away. Was it for cash consideration? I'm trying to look into exactly how they got him. But it was a draft day trade involving the Knicks. This is how he ended up in the Queen City. Kai Jones, from the University of Texas, he didn't have, huge record numbers over there, but for whatever reason, whatever the Charlotte Hornets felt about this young man, it never came into fruition. But back to what I was discussing about some of these young assets. When you're looking at Book Knight, when you're looking at some other players, you see a JT Thor, he's starting to turn it up. Nick Richards, they up in their value. Whether they're going to be with the Hornets or not, their value has been elevated. You had no value for Kai Jones. Kai Jones on the trading block. Nobody, what you getting? Was he even worth a second round pick? You understand? I mean, seriously, this right here made absolutely no sense whatsoever. Now, we're going to find out what Kai Jones truly is made of in the league. Number one, we're going to find out, is Kai Jones ever going to play in the league? Because I'm telling you, this could be the beginning of the end. What I will tell you is this. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports TV for more news updates and more involved in this situation. Kai Jones, you always gonna have a team, and I'm looking at teams, the veteran teams. If you just said Antonio Spurs, could you bring him into your culture? Mind you, this guy, he did do something on Victor Wembanyama. I'm just throwing teams out there, right now. I'm brainstorming, off the top. So it's like, to be honest with you, that's just a team I see, where he could go. He need to go somewhere with some culture. Look at Miami. They just lost some people. You understand? They need guys that could come into the culture, and maybe they could get fixed up. But can they, I mean, if you in a situation with Spoelstra, Riley, Jimmy, Bam, Lowry down, you ain't gonna be fooling around. You understand? It's all business down there. Kevin Love. So I think that these are the places he needs to go to. San Antonio, where it's infrastructure. The Lakers, LeBron James, AD, infrastructure. That's the teams I want to see him on. Boston, I'm the veterans. You see clearly where I'm going with this with Mr. Jones. You hear I didn't say no young teams. I didn't say Orlando. I didn't say Detroit. Because if you send this guy over there, he could just contaminate the whole regime. He's got to go somewhere where he can get a role. Number one, he's got things and deficiencies in his game. Like I said, defensively is a huge issue. In the league today, especially with the big guys, they're not tolerating all this craziness. You are not going to be taking the floor if you cannot defend. And Kai Jones is really suffering from that. That's really the basis of mostly all his problems is obviously he can't seem to put the ball in the hole. And number one, he plays absolutely no defense. So it just is crazy. So I don't see, the huge upside, and I'm pretty sure the Charlotte Hornets realize, man, there's no way you're going to bring him back. He done said too much. You got into it with Bridges, and I'm pretty sure Melo didn't. If Melo wanted him on the team, he would be on the team. And you got to get this out now before the start of the season. So no Kai Jones questions will be brought up, none of that. But I do expect Kai Jones to get a job. In the comment section, let me know where you see Kai Jones getting his job, getting his fresh start. Let me know, because like I said, I'm very interested to see where Kai Jones lands. But I don't know what's going on upstairs in his mental. Something's not right. I don't know if all the screws, we're gonna find out, was it something mentally wrong with him, or he truly did everything he could to get out of Charlotte. Now, like I said before, if you his agent, that's what you're going to be preaching to these teams. Listen, he going to have some basis because, number one, that in the NBA right now, they looking at the Charlotte Hornets like a joke, a laughing stock, just a clown of a franchise. So his agent will be able to walk into these places and say, listen, man, we had to get up out of there. We seen the writing on the wall. It was no future there for us. So they're going to have, and they're going to say he default everything he could to get out. And this is the plan he did. Go into another organization. You won't get this from me. Now, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the basis of his claims. But Kai Jones is absent. He's no longer a member of the Charlotte Hornets. He will no longer be teaming up with LaMelo Ball. Heck, did he ever team up with LaMelo Ball? All he would have did was ended up in Greensboro. That's one less spot, to contaminate the Amari Baileys, the Nick Smith Jr.'s, and many others. I believe more has to go. If you are not progressing, you cannot be with the Charlotte Hornets. This needs to be a new, situation, and I can't wait to see. I'm very excited. Charlotte Hornets basketball returns tomorrow against the Washington Wizards. It's Flight Sports TV.